My day was good. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I've been chilling since I got off, so it's cool.
Nice.
How's yours?
Uh, Tiring. I've been working in the sun for the whole day.
In the sun.
Yeah,
Sun.
yeah.
Imagine having sun.
Oh
No.
man. First of all, let me welcome you to the Most Wanted interviews. This is where we interview people that I find interesting and that actually say yes. So thank you for coming
Of
and being
course.
here. We're gonna get to know Kendra a bit better.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited.
to begin, tell us about you. Just you.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Um, Kendra. My name's Kendra. Uh, I'm born and raised Louisville, Kentucky. It's where I grew up. This is where I went to elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I moved down to Atlanta after college. I ended up getting a an internship at an advertising company, uh, which was really awesome. And then after the internship, they ended up hiring me. I don't know what to say. I love cats. Um, I'm an artist at heart, all around artist. I love everything that has to do with art. I actually see everything in life or every profession as in, you know,
Mm.
as an art, but that's a bigger conversation. I don't know. Black and I'm proud. Uh,
That's always great.
I
Oh man.
don't know what else to say.
That's fine. That's perfect actually. So tell us about your Twitch handle, TGIKendra.
Oh, the handle. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Okay. I've actually this has been my name on like social media since I think either high school or middle school. I
Mm.
just I forgot my handles before then, but I kind of made this one just because it wasn't really anything. I guess at the time I found it like catchy, or
Mm.
maybe that's the word for it. Plus, I'm a believer, so I was like, thank God it's
Mm.
me. So
Gotcha.
it kind of just carried over. It kind of just carried over all these years. Like years. So when I came to Twitch, it's just to keep branding the same and everything.
I thought it was more
Boom.
on the party side, like Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Kendra. That.
I mean, yeah, I get it from TGI Friday and the restaurant, also the restaurant TGI Fridays. But that's what I mean, like
Mm.
the whole thing. I mean, I meant that I'm a believer type of thing, is in like even me saying God, like
Yeah.
thank God it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Do you
But
like Fridays?
yeah, do I like Fridays?
Yeah.
The day?
No, the restaurant.
Oh yeah, I actually do like TGI Fridays.
That's my stuff right there. Um, where does TGI Kendra begin and Kendra end?
That's interesting. That's a weird question because I feel like, I mean, my initial answer would be that they're the same. I don't really know if it ends or begins.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, when you ask that, it makes me think like, dang, does it? But I would like to say they're the same. I pretty much am myself all the way around in on social media, outside of social media,
Mm-hmm.
on Twitch, outside of Twitch. It's pretty much the same. Is what you get. So they're intertwined.
I kind of felt that in our conversations leading up to this, where you're like very quirky, very funny, and it's the
Thank
same
you.
thing I would see watching you on Twitch.
I mean, I try. I don't know how to be anything other
Hmm.
than myself. So
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's good. At least you're not faking anything.
right,
Yeah. So what's a typical day like for Kendra?
man. Nowadays it's just working. Because of COVID, I gotta stay in the house. But yeah, I mean, a typical day now. Yeah, I reluctantly sleep in a lot. I need to stop doing that. I need to go to bed earlier and get up earlier. But we're
Oh,
working on it.
okay.
Sleep in, get up, go straight to work. I usually sit in my living room and do some work um, until I don't have any more work. And
You're so
then, if
lucky.
it's a day that I'm supposed to stream,
Hmm.
I'll just chill out, go get some food, and then just start to prepare for my stream and come on and try to entertain some folk. Basically, after that, I usually get off stream and still chill out, and then just stream hop to see some of my faves, because as a streamer, it's enjoyable to stream, but I still like to watch,
Definitely.
you know. So that's pretty much how my days are
So who do you
nowadays.
watch mostly on Twitch?
Who do I watch mostly? Oh, okay. Yeah, I usually have my go-tos. I love Cup of Noodle. I love me some Cup of Noodle. Hello everybody saying hi in the chat, by the way. I'm not ignoring. I love Cup of Noodle. I love Story Mode Bay. I watch them probably the most. I also watch MK a lot. So those are probably my top 3 of what I watch the most. But other than them, I do try to catch Zuri Sparks. I try to catch X Mira. And then just I try to hop around too and show some love. But those are definitely my top of who I watch the most.
No, you're not late. We're just starting.
Yeah, we just warming up.
Yeah. I think I want to switch things up and ask you, what are your biggest fears?
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna start.
He's trying to get me bodied out here, trying to get me exposed trying to get me exposed my weaknesses. Oh, I ain't got no fears. No, I'm pretty sure everybody in my stream knows what my biggest fear is. Spiders. Freaking spiders. No, but yeah, spiders. I feel like I have basic fears. Spiders, heights get me sometimes. It just depends. Heights can get me. Water. And what I mean by water, because I can't swim, so obviously it's like a natural. Yeah. It's like a natural fear of if something. Yeah, but I think that those are pretty much it. Everything else is like, okay. Yeah, spiders.
What about top. Like psychological or mental fears, like a fear of not accomplishing something or not being good enough, things like that? No.
I wouldn't necessarily call those fears because I don't know. I wouldn't. Because, yeah, like I have times where I'm thinking like imposter syndrome or, especially with my job and stuff. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm a fraud. I suck. But I don't really think that's a fear. That's just it ebbs and flows. I think sometimes, which I don't know. I don't like to dwell on them too much.
Yeah.
Don't like to have that in my psyche too much. But, I do have fears of like, passing before I get to, make my mark on the world or something. But, we don't want to dwell on that too much. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to do what I've been sent here to do. So,
yeah. That sounds good. So when I spoke to you, you said that one part of you was a small percentage of who you are. So can you break down each piece for us so we know what you do?
Oh, you talking about, okay. Yeah, so when I introduce myself, I say, TGIKendra, variety streamer, model, dancer, graphic designer. So I guess, yeah, those are, I would say those are all the parts of me, or the biggest parts of me, for sure. So we can start off, I guess, I'm trying to figure out which. We can start off with graphic designer, because I feel like that's like the oldest passion. But all of those together are basically all of my biggest passions. And when I say graphic design is my oldest passions, because I've always been like a little artist. When I was little, I would, draw all the time. I remember having a show and tell in 3rd grade, and I brought this house that I made completely out of paper. I had to be the most bored child because it was literally a 2-story, 4-room house. Had a living room, a kitchen. I remember it in detail. A living room, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a bathroom. And I remember showing it off at show and tell 3rd grade. So I would always do stuff like that. And I've always been interested in just like the idea of creating things. And over the years, that's just developed. And, with the path that I've taken, that's just developed into graphic design, which is what I do for a living, basically, working in advertising. So yeah, just an artist at heart. I love everything about it. So being an artist at heart, I would say the next thing that came into play was dance, for sure. Or no, really gaming. I feel like gaming and art came around the same time because I've always loved games when I was little. Even when I wasn't even able to have a system, I still loved games.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I still love games. So gaming's always been there. I feel like in a smaller capacity than other people.
Hmm.
Sometimes I hear about people talk about, their Nintendos and their freaking DSs and their I can't even their PS1s. I never had a PS1. um but I've still been able to hold on to that somehow. But I wish I was able to, when I was younger, get into other more games than I did, for sure. And then after that, dance came about when I was like 11.
Hmm.
Uh, Dance came about when I was like 11. I started dancing in church, actually, and then it kind of spread out from there. And did step team in high school, danced in college, and I still dance when I can. Obviously, COVID. I would love to like go to a whole bunch of dance classes and things, but a lot of things have been put on hold because of COVID. I like to stay safe, so I stay inside. I might go to some dance classes here soon though, because I miss it for sure.
Nice.
And then finally, modeling came about probably last. And the origin of that actually, I feel like comes from my mom. My mom used to model when she was 19. And she would show me pictures of her modeling, and I always thought she looked so beautiful and everything. So, and she would teach me little things here and there. She was never like a big model or anything. She also did it for like um, she did it briefly, but she did it, um, you know, more so for fun. She did have a couple gigs and stuff, but she taught me some things, and I continue to like learn from other people.
Hmm.
So I feel like I started doing that maybe like high school. I've been in a couple runway shows in high school and college-based shows.
Hmm.
And then I finally started to take it serious a little bit more serious about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And again, because of COVID, because of COVID,
Oh
I
my
haven't been
goodness.
able to do much since last year. I had big plans for last year, but it's cool. Plans
There's
don't
always a
die.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not dead. We was just gonna do them a little bit later.
But I thought they said they want to see the
You want to
chat.
see the
They want to see the
cat?
cat. Oh.
She's oh my lord, really? She's gonna come over here. I promise. She comes over here every time, every time,
Mm,
every time. I promise, guys.
that's good. So tell us about managing being a streamer and having a normal life.
Yeah, it definitely takes some planning, and some discipline. I definitely learned that over the years. Like I've been, y'all, my freaking 1 year is next month. Talking about over the years,
Oh.
over the months.
Talking like an old grandma over there.
Right, back in my day when we were streaming in the 1960s.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
no, yeah, it's definitely taken some discipline. I feel like, and even now, I still fall a little bit short.
Hmm.
Because there's just days sometimes where you just don't feel like it, and it's not
Yeah.
even that you're having a bad day. It's just like,
My God.
I just don't feel like streaming today.
Hmm.
But I think it meshes really well, and I think it meshes well right now. Again, because of COVID, there's a lot of bad things that's happened because of COVID, but there's also a lot of good things too. So, and
That's
I
true.
would count streaming as one of the good things for me, um, because I work from home now because of COVID, and I
Hmm.
don't know how I would have been able to do this past year without being able to work from home, because my commute is so
Yeah.
long that
Hmm.
once we do finally go back to the office, I'm gonna definitely have to rethink my schedule and
Yeah.
how I can fit streaming into my life.
How
But
long is
right
the
now it's
commute?
pretty easy. Hmm?
How long is the commute?
I mean, it depends because of traffic, but usually on a regular day, because with regular traffic, it's probably like 35-40 minutes.
Hmm.
But um, yeah, my schedule was just so different when I was in the office. Because when I was in the office, I would get off 5:30 or 6 o'clock, but I
Hmm.
wouldn't choose to leave until a little bit later than that, so I could beat traffic. So I would go
Gotcha.
to the gym or something right after work, and I probably wouldn't be heading home until like 6:30 or 7. So I wouldn't get
Hmm.
home until almost 8,
Yeah.
which could work for my schedule
You have
because
a
right
window
now
there.
I don't stream until 9. So,
Hmm.
but what about the rest in between? Like I'm getting home at 8, and now I gotta
Yeah. Yeah.
get
Yeah.
ready,
I feel that.
you know. And then, the opposite side of whenever I get done streaming, might get done streaming at 11 or 11:30. But if I'm going to the office, I will have to get up, way earlier than I do now. So we'll see.
I don't think that people are really ready for post-COVID to go back to
I
normal.
know, right?
Yeah.
We're low key spoiled.
Yeah, a little bit now.
Or at least I am.
At least we're
Just
learning
working
now
from
that
home.
most jobs can be done from home, so
This is true. It's gonna be interesting.
less
gonna be-
infrastructure.
It's gonna be interesting.
So you started a year ago. Why?
Started a year ago. That's interesting too. I think if I remember correctly, I wanted to. It didn't start with streaming. I started with wanting to create YouTube videos, and not like just. I wanted to create gaming YouTube videos, and I think that started in college, because around college was the time where I didn't really have. Well, one of the times I didn't have a console for myself. So I was watching a lot of YouTubers play games. I still had to get that game fix in somehow. So I watched them play games, and as the more I watched, the more I wanted to do it. And it's interesting. I hear streamers, black streamers, make fun of this all the time, but I was really one of these people. They make fun of the people who say like, "Oh, I can't find any black people who game. I can't find any black people to watch." But I really couldn't find any black. I was Googling. I literally put into Google black people playing games on YouTube, and when I tell you nothing came up,
I did that too.
like nothing came up. So which is fine. Like I watched the streamers not the streamers, but the YouTubers that I liked, and they were good,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of got me into the mindset, like I really want to start this. I want to do it. And I finally pushed myself to do it. The YouTube thing, January 2020.
Okay.
It was after I moved to Atlanta. I had been here for a while, but it was the first time I actually had my own place. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna, I have a system now. I ended up buying a system that previous fall. I have a system now, like, and I have the bare minimum to do it. So let me do it.
Yeah.
So I had the YouTube channel for like a month, maybe. And what's interesting is I had found Twitch back that previous September.
Okay.
So this whole time from September to January, I had been on Twitch, or like growing on Twitch, and finding more people, and finding more black people, and finding more black women, and really seeing and starting to actually like Twitch. Because at first, when I heard about Twitch, I was like, I don't want to go to Twitch. I don't want to be on Twitch. What is that? But I actually started to like it. So even though I was on Twitch, I went ahead and started on YouTube. And then I was like, wait, what am I doing? Yeah. And then I started to think about transitioning from, recording videos and having to edit videos, which takes forever.
Oh, definitely does.
I finally decided to try to get myself together to stream. And that happened in March. So a couple months later.
Easy to transition? Because it's easier to stream than to record, right?
Yeah, easier. It was easy for me because like I said, I had the bare minimum anyway. It's not like I had a whole bunch of equipment. I was literally playing on my PS4, recording my gameplay with my PS4, and then recording myself with my phone as I played.
Wow.
Because for a time there, I was playing Call of Duty Mobile, so I would screen record my phone for the gameplay.
Yeah.
And then use my laptop to record me as I played. So then I would edit the video together. It was really wonky. Sometimes the audio didn't match up.
The real rags to riches story, huh?
The videos are still there for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, so it wasn't that big of a transition. I just knew the only things that I got to actually start streaming were the mic. I knew I needed good sound.
Yeah.
And the ring light. So those are the things that I had to start out with in terms of like buying equipment. I just used my personal computer that I already had, or excuse me, my laptop, which is a potato. But I thought it wasn't gonna work, but it worked. It worked fine for a while. My viewers know that I just recently switched to PC.
Yeah.
So that laptop really did do me good for a long time.
Is that the laptop in the trailer video where you close it and walk off like a suitcase?
Yes. Well, no. Actually, no, because then the stream would have turned off. I've been using my personal laptop as well as my work laptop.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
okay.
just use my work laptop to like watch the playback or something.
Mm.
So that was that's the laptop I'm
That's the
using.
funniest scene in the whole thing.
You like that one at
Oh,
the
yep.
end? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
good to know.
What are your goals as a streamer?
Goals, those are interesting as well. Man, I just sky's the limit. Sky is definitely the limit. I'm big on manifestation, but it's funny because I don't have which I probably should, because that helps with manifestation. I don't have a set like, boom, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I just know that I want to grow. I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to, give people an outlet, give people space, and set small. I do set small goals. Like right now, our goal for our channel, I say our because my viewers, family, is to hit 1,000. The congratulations on hitting 1,000 for you, by the way.
We're not gonna talk about that.
I didn't know.
That was an instance that happened. We don't know if it's real or not yet, so we don't
know if it's real. All right.
It was like 670 something people just came at one time. So like we don't know if it was bots or real. We don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
They haven't gone away yet, so I don't know.
Hey, either way, man. But yeah. So that's the goal. That's the only like actual like, okay, you can spell it out goal that I have right now is to hit that 1,000 with the community and celebrate my 1 year is a goal. But I mean, I really believe the sky's the limit. I have no issue with wanting to make it to the top. So, but it's a process for sure.
So how is your run going? Are you always optimistic, or are there days where you're like, why am I doing this even now?
Not so much for me but that's just because of the way things have been going. I just feel like this is something I was meant to do. Because from day one, there's just been so much support. And it's just been so many things that just happen out of the blue where I'm like, wow, like obviously this is something that I'm supposed to do, or I'm just supposed to do right now,
Yeah.
Because I remember it's so lucky. But like the first day, literally the first day I started streaming, one of the streamers that I love to watch, Story Mobe, she rated me that day, and I was able to hit the follower mark for affiliate my first day. And I was like, stuff just happens sometimes. You just like, so that's really the start of the story, and things like that just have continued to happen for me and my channel and my viewers ever since that day. So I keep a very positive outlook on it. But overall, I think what helps me keep a positive outlook on it is that even though, I would love to make it to the top or whatever, I think I mostly look at it as just fun. I still really have a lot of fun with it.
It looks like
it. Yeah, it's an outlet, like I'm working all day,
Yeah, definitely.
I just like to play games and talk to people. So as long as it stays, I think that's the thing. As long as it stays fun for you, then you can really keep that positive outlook, and you can really, that's what pushes you.
So that means you ignore the numbers until after the stream is over.
Yeah. Well, I might glance at them, but even if it is a lower number, I try not to worry about it, because it's like,
So whatever.
Yeah, everybody got to go through that,
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So more about gaming. What does gaming mean to you, and what's your gaming origin story?
Wait, what was the first part of the question?
What does gaming mean to you?
What does it
and
mean?
What's your origin story of gaming?
Origin story. Dang, I don't know what it means, so let's leave that to the end. But the origin story. I'm trying to think what was the first system that I had, or what was the first place that I could play games. I feel like before I had a system, I might have played computer games before I had a system, but that might be overlapping. But I remember definitely my first system was a GameCube. And I feel like I feel like, again, I was so late to the game. Like a GameCube, I should have already had a freaking Nintendo 64 and a freaking, you know.
Are you
But
close to
I
your 30s?
no, I'm not. Well, I'm about to be 25 next month,
You're
but
good. You're good.
yeah, I still should have had it. So I ended up getting the GameCube, and then
Uh-huh.
I did end up getting a Nintendo 64 as a gift, like a random gift. So I had a GameCube and a Nintendo 64, and then I also ended up getting a random Sega Genesis. Uh, so I had those three systems at the same time.
Cool.
Um, so you know, Sega Genesis always come like preloaded with games, and then the Nintendo 64, I completely forgot what I had on that. But with those three, I had games. I had some wrestling games. I think I had Mario Kart. I remember not vaguely. What's the opposite of vaguely?
Clearly.
Clearly. I remember clearly that I had what is it called? Mario Sunshine Island. Love that game. Never finished it because I was so young that I was scared to fight the bosses.
Oh, man.
But I had that. What else? I freaking loved Simpsons Hit and Run. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but I freaking loved that game. So that's what I had on those systems. At one point, somebody actually ended up stealing all three of those. So no more systems for Kendra.
This is a real origin story here.
No more systems for Kendra. Yeah, that's a story right there. That's a story right there.
Oh my gosh, you can make a movie out of that.
Man. But after that, I didn't have a system until I got a PS2. And over the years, I've never gotten a system new. I've never gotten a new. So I probably got the PS2 like 2 years after it came out, right?
That's
so in between that time, I probably just played like computer games. And I was just talking about this earlier, actually, in another stream. It was like computer games back in the day used to be bomb. Not PC games like you have on Steam and stuff. Computer games, you used to go to nickelodeon.com, cartoonnetwork.com. Those games used to hit.
I'm gonna check it right now. Oh my gosh.
Man, it's not the same. I remember looking it up, maybe not this year, but maybe last year. I was like, no, the Flash games.
Oh man.
Man.
So you used to go to like Y8 and Congregate and all those sites too?
I didn't go to Y8. I vaguely remember Congregate.
Yeah.
But I think I mostly just stayed on like
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
No, there were some. Dang, I wish I could remember the name of the sites. Those Disney sites Channel. That weren't Cartoon Network, that weren't Disney Channel, that weren't Nickelodeon, but they had like just random. Ooh, sorry if you guys heard that. Okay. They had like random games on them. I was on there too, but I forgot what they were called. I was also playing RuneScape there for a second, actually. Ooh. I remember playing RuneScape, and that's probably one of the very few RPG games I've played. Then also, I'm just remembering everything now.
It's all good.
I'm remembering all like the computer games. Yeah. I also played Second Life. I don't know if y'all know what Second Life is, but let me tell you. Lit. That's before. That was GTA. That's GTA roleplay. Whatever before GTA roleplay. Okay, Second Life was that game. Okay, but yeah. So PS2. I don't know. I had like Madden and stuff on there. That's where I first started playing Sims. Love Sims. Freaking had Sims 2. I never had Sims 1. Had Sims 2 on that, and I had Sims Castaway, I think, on that. I can't remember all the other games I've had. Had a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Just got a PlayStation 4 a little bit over a year ago. So, again, late to the party. I never really buy a system.
But that's your thing.
You know, that's my thing. So I don't have a PlayStation 5. Lord knows when I'm gonna get that. But that has been the evolution, basically. And the games the current games we've been playing are, pretty much some of the newer ones. So I am happy about that I get to take part in the new releases that have been coming out.
Cool. We have a question from Yotsumitsu. When the pandemic has diminished, what is your most desired in-person collaboration outside of your city/state?
In-person collaboration outside of what? There's a couple, but I would say my most desired collab would probably be with MK. Love her to death. That is my sister. that is my sister. Like, I don't know. It's funny when you can make, or it's just weird when you can make a connection with somebody and you've never
Yeah.
even met them,
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to meet her, whether she comes here or I go there, whatever we do.
Yeah.
And I would love to collab, do something for sure.
I feel like COVID has taken kinetic energy and put it together in like a potential ball of like so many things happening. Like imagine there's no more COVID and you could go wherever you want. Like all the people you're playing games with, you could actually go to their place and play with them in the same
Mhm.
space. And it's like there's so much people I've met that I would never met before if it wasn't for like COVID and Twitch and all that stuff. Like
Yeah,
TwitchCon's gonna be
exactly.
intense.
Yeah, Twitch. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
When things open back up, everything is gonna be intense. This is gonna be like nobody ain't never went to TwitchCon before in their life. Like,
They
it's
gonna
gonna,
cancel it the first day. Oh my
it's
goodness.
funny. It's funny because in my friends, my one of them's in the chat right now. My gaming friends here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
When I talked to them, I was like, before this new era of Kendra, where I'm streaming, I'm gaming all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to go to a con. Like in my mind, I'm like, a con. I don't want to go to that. Like that's weird. It's probably weird people
Yeah.
there. Like I'm not into like cosplay. Like I don't know what I would do at a con, but I want to go. Well, I'll take that back because I was interested in going to E4, but I guess I never thought of that as like a con.
Yeah.
But I want to go to TwitchCon.
She thought
I
they
do.
were lame.
I did think they were lame. I did, but it's fine. I want to go to TwitchCon.
Yeah, definitely.
I apologize. I changed my mind. Take it back.
Oh man.
I do.
What games do you play on stream mostly? Since you talked
Mostly,
about
I
that.
I play everything. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love a lot of things. I love open world games. I know I do. I know I like that. So, some of the games that I played that are my favorites are open world. So
Okay.
like Horizon Zero Dawn, Grand Theft Auto. Is Sims technically open world? It's not, is it?
No,
No.
not really.
Sims.
I mean, technically.
Technically, but not. It's like almost. It's like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Lately, I've been playing some Apex because I've been trying to get better at it.
Yeah.
But Lord, my aim, Lord, it's so trash. I know you've been playing Rogue Company. Some people have told me to try.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in my day, we used to get on a road company.
I still haven't tried Rogue Company, but what the freak are we're playing Mafia 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Black History Month. I wanted to play some games with black main characters for Black History Month, so we're playing that right now.
Yep. What have you been doing actively for Black History Month?
Actively, man, that's a sad question. Because the answer is so sad. Nothing. No, but except be black, okay?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I've supported in some ways. We've had some Black History Month things at work that I'm definitely a part of there and have taken part in. And then what I'm trying to do for my stream, highlight not just games with black characters, but black devs. Doing it on a small scale. I wish I could do it bigger, but definitely over the years, as I continue to stream, I want to do more for that on my stream. And then, just making sure I support other streamers, other black streamers throughout the month. I've been doing it a little bit more this month for sure, making sure that I hit up, streamers that are smaller than me, because the small streamer thing it's just a mentality, but smaller streamers and just making sure I show love, I feel like is what I'm doing for Black History Month.
I've been kind of doing stuff like this.
Oh yeah, that's
Rosa
dope.
Parks, this is my favorite one, we out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We out.
Yeah.
Yo.
I need to get that jacket.
Yo. Dope. Taking old pictures like that and putting like a current, like how we would say it, that sounds like a freaking series. That's hilarious. We out.
Oh man.
That's funny.
Let's talk about modeling a bit. I know you haven't done much of it. So when did you start and what are your plans with that?
Yeah. So technically I started, like I said, in high school. Um, just and when I say I started in high school, I did a couple of fashion shows. Uh, and that's kind of where the interest in it kind of started to blossom.
Mm,
And then college did a couple fashion shows. Uh, Again, people tell me, "Are you?" People would ask me, "Are you a model?" I'm like, "No." Um, I had some interest, but I wasn't really.
mm. I woke up like
But then,
this.
yeah, but then once I moved
Hmm.
and down to Atlanta, and specifically once I moved into my own apartment. For some reason, when I moved to my apartment, I was like, "Let's go!" With everything, I was just like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Freedom. Hmm.
But yeah, when I moved into my own apartment, it was I guess 2019, the summertime.
Hmm.
Literally the next month, I was serious. I was more serious about it. I think I had my first shoot either July or August.
Hmm.
Like my actual shoot. Like all of my modeling experience prior to was like runway.
Okay. Okay.
Um and then I actually started to like try to develop my shoot skills, or like my which they're still developing. I've talked to a pretty big
Uh-oh. We've lost Kendra.
hello.
Hello?
Hello.
What's happening?
Hello.
Hello?
What happened?
I don't. How you ask me what happened?
I know what happened, but I mean I don't know what happened. My Discord just closed out for no reason. I don't know
Oh
what's
my
happening.
goodness.
But I don't even remember what I was saying.
You got your first shoot. It
August.
wasn't runway anymore. It was actually a shoot.
Yeah, shoots and stuff. And I been in conversation with not an agency down here, but they just help develop models. And there's a Black woman over that, and she's been very helpful in
Nice.
learning some things from her.
Mm-hmm.
I had planned to do shoots all 2020, but see what had happened was COVID. So we're gonna get back into it for sure. But I love it. I love being in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I love that feeling. I'm shocked at myself every time I see my pictures. Like I'm good. I know I'm good. I can be better for sure. I definitely know where I could be better, but I'm good. I would like to continue and take it wherever it goes. I know people say, what do you want to do with your modeling? Like you want to, I was like, I usually say wherever it'll take me, whatever it wants to do with me. Okay. Because I will take anything because I just love it that much. Like even if I don't get paid for it, if I don't become a supermodel, I love it.
So what's it like behind the scenes of the modeling on the runway?
On the runway?
Yeah, like is it like hostile back there?
I mean, and when I say runway, I've never, it was all like school stuff, or like, for example, one of my close friends and line sisters, she's a designer, so she had a line come out and I modeled for her line. So stuff like that. Stuff like
Okay.
I don't want to make it seem like
I mean, we just have to
I'm
ask
out
the
here, but I'm
question.
not out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. But no, but behind the scenes, I mean, yeah, it's a little chaotic, and it depends on who's running the show, of course. But I don't know. I like it. It's the adrenaline, and I'm definitely don't get me wrong. I'm extroverted and everything, but I definitely get nervous. I get nervous every time right before I'm supposed to go out. Like I'm shaking, my heart beating and stuff. But as soon as I step out onto the runway, it's like all of that just
Were
goes
you actually
away.
nervous today when I told you the time we're gonna start?
No. I was a little nervous today. I was like this much nervous today, but the nervous it does what it wants. And that's something I feel like it'll never go away because I get nervous when I'm about to perform too, like when I'm about to dance. And I think to me dancing and modeling are pretty similar because I feel like I'm putting on a performance. Like me now versus me when I'm dancing or if I'm in front of a camera at a shoot is like a completely different Kendra. Like it's like I'm performing.
Gotcha.
Like,
actually performing.
It's just I don't know. It's like something else takes over. But for both of those, I get so nervous like right before, and it's like my whole body is just like freaking out. But then once I'm out there, I'm good.
Yeah, cool. Since you mentioned you like art, do you often like transition from in front of the camera to behind the camera? Do you take pictures as well?
No, I actually don't.
Oh,
But again, I said I love all art forms, and that's something I would love to develop. I can, like, I,
mm,
I know some stuff here and there, but I definitely wouldn't call myself a photographer at all because I would definitely need more
mm,
knowledge about
gotcha.
how to do some things. I could, ironically, I can do the post things, like,
Mm,
photographers are supposed to know how to retouch and stuff. I can definitely retouch,
yeah,
for sure, but I wouldn't say that I know everything about taking the photos.
gotcha. So you don't know angles or anything like that.
I mean, I can figure them out.
Mm,
Like, if you hand me a camera and some lights, I could take some okay pictures, but a photographer, I'm sure, could look at them and definitely pick them apart.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So what kind of stuff would you like to like model or wear when you're modeling?
Okay, yeah. I would mean, in the future, I would love to get some actual gigs. I feel like I'm more of like the sporty type. I would love to like get like a Nike gig or something, even Adidas, or
Mm,
or not even Adidas, like Adidas. I love Adidas.
yeah.
Or anything sporty. I feel like I would love and have
Mm,
a lot of fun doing. Anything swimwear, would love and have a lot of fun doing. Um, but even, I don't know, I just loved all of it because you know a lot of people talk about when you're modeling, you should have a niche, and like,
yeah.
what's your niche? And then, so I kind of just explained, I guess, what my niche would be, but I would love to do editorial. I would love to uh, do beauty, and
Mm,
so it's hard to say. It's hard.
gotcha. That's okay. How would you compare streaming to modeling?
Interesting. I would compare them. I mean, obviously they're very different, but the way they're the same is that I feel like even though, because we talked about how, like, TGI Kendra is different from Kendra, or
They're
how
the
TGI
same.
Kendra is different from Kendra,
Mm-hmm.
and I said they're the same. They are the same, but I guess there is a difference in that the same way I look at dancing and modeling
Yeah.
as when I get in front of that camera or when I step on that stage, I'm performing.
Mm-hmm.
So same way I look at this. People don't want to come to your stream and just see blah. So I try to get in the mindset of I'm performing. Like,
Yeah.
I need to, and not performing like I'm being fake or anything. It's just that, I'm
Emphasize.
aware,
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of angles. I'm aware of, you know, trying to, if it kind of quiets down a little bit, maybe, I should ask a question or um, something to keep it alive.
Yeah.
So I think that's where they're the same, but they're definitely very different.
I think I need to get on that train too, because my stream is extremely chill for no reason. Like
But I
this,
mean, if that's the vibe, but my
yeah,
vibe, you know my vibe.
definitely.
You know my vibe. So that's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I definitely want to be energy,
Mm-hmm.
ball of energy
Yeah.
when I'm on.
Someone's eating a pickle.
You want to share with the class? Which would you like to share?
Oh man. So we're gonna transition into dancing now a little
Okay.
bit. So tell us about your dancing career.
Not her saying no. Yeah, man, I wish it was a more of a career. Honestly, I feel like, okay, so all of those things are my passions.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming, modeling, dancing, and graphic design or art.
Yes.
Passions. But I honestly, if you asked me which one, if I had to only pick
I
one
was gonna ask
to
you that.
do, yes, if
Thanks
I
for
had to
ruining. Thanks
only
for
pick
ruining it.
one, it would be dance. I
Mm,
absolutely 100%, it would be dance. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But career wise, I guess, yeah, I started dancing when I was 11.
mm,
Never been trained, like professionally trained or anything, but I guess you could say I've had some training because I've taken like
mm-hmm.
classes here and there. And most of those classes have been in the latter part of my life, not necessarily
Okay.
in the beginning.
Mhm.
But I guess, yeah, technically that would make me, I've been dancing for 13 or 14 years.
Mhm.
So I guess, over time you kind of gain something, whether you've been trained or not, you got to
Yeah.
gain a little bit of something. So yeah, just mostly dancing in church, middle school, high school, dancing in church. I wasn't on the dance. I wasn't on the dance team in high school. I was on step team,
Mhm.
my senior year, and then when I went to college, I was on a dance team all 4 years of college.
Okay.
Um, I was on two dance teams at one point. I started out on like a general dance team where we did all types
Mhm.
of different types of dance, from ballet to, or some techniques from ballet, um,
Uh-huh.
um, to jazz, to hip hop, pop, whatever. And then I transitioned like my sophomore year to do majorette. So I was on a majorette team,
Mhm.
and I loved it so much. Which is, majorette is basically a mixture of jazz and um, contemporary, I guess.
I was seeing some videos of our majorettes back home. Come from the islands. We have majorettes, but it's not jazz. It's like more of a upbeat, up tempo kind of
I
thing.
wonder if they're like, yeah, I would need to see that from the islands. It's
Mhm.
probably different.
Yeah.
It's definitely not, because sometimes when I say majorette, people are thinking like with the batons,
Yeah.
spinning the batons in the flags. Like,
Mhm.
no, like HBCU.
Mhm.
I mean, HBCUs really have both of those. They have the flag girls,
Yeah.
and the majorette dancers.
Mhm.
The ones that is dancing and like flipping, not flipping because I don't know how to flip, but like,
Yeah, doing all kind of stuff.
yeah. So, and then after that, when I moved down here, um, again, that's just basically where I wanted to continue to dance, but obviously I'm not on a team anymore. So
Mm.
I, tried to really look for classes and things that I can get into, and try now to try to kind of backtrack
Mhm.
and learn some of those things, some of those techniques that I didn't get when I was younger. That can make me a better dancer. Right now, I would say I'm a little rusty because
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
it's been a minute,
Mhm.
but I definitely can't wait till it gets warm and I can, or yeah, one, warm, two, COVID,
Yeah.
and I can go to some classes.
You mentioned you have a line sister. Would you consider that dancing too when you step?
Oh, yeah, I think it's like dance for sure.
Mhm.
But it's interesting. It's actually really interesting. A lot of people who can't dance can actually step.
Yep.
Um, so it does take, for some reason, it takes something different in you for sure. But I love it just as much.
Yeah.
And that was something that I really struggled with when I first started doing it. Like
Mm.
in high school, senior
Mhm.
year, when I first stepped on that step team, I was it was
Yeah.
it was a struggle. It was a struggle when I auditioned, but I
Yeah.
made it
Mhm.
somehow. But as in college, as I did more of it, it came easier, and
Yeah.
it's super fun. I love stepping.
Mm. I was gonna ask you something, but I forgot.
That's okay.
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you watch World of Dance.
World of that?
World of Dance.
World of Dance? No,
Wait,
actually.
what you mean
But
no?
I know, right? I watch like YouTube clips of it. I don't know if
Okay,
that
I
counts,
guess that'll do.
but even then I just watch because it's weird. I don't really watch anything nowadays. It's so weird.
Mhm.
If I'm watching something, it's Twitch. Like
This
I
is
used
a
to be glued to the TV.
this is
Like,
an old show though.
how old?
I would say like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, so like still. If I'm even then if I was watching something,
YouTube.
yeah.
Okay.
But I love, like, my mom. She, of course, she knows I dance. She knows I love it,
Mhm.
and she loves it too. So she'll see stuff and she'll send it to me, and
Yeah.
I'll watch it. But if I'm watching something, it's usually on YouTube or whatever. But I haven't sat down and watched a show of anything in a minute, in a long while.
So, how would you classify your style to be? Contemporary or hip hop?
Dance? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really know because I mean it's just a mixture of a lot of things that I picked up over the years. I guess most people would say hip hop.
Mhm.
And those are like the classes that I like to take the most. Um, But I like to learn techniques and different
Hmm.
moves from other styles too.
Gotcha. How do you maintain your fitness now?
That's a good question.
I know.
Ooh, why he doing this? No, right now I could definitely do a lot better. But I'm not doing the worst that I could do
Yeah.
for sure. But I can definitely do a lot better. Um, I don't know. It's a lot of it is just like the way you eat.
Hmm.
So I try to do okay with my eating. And make sure I get my water in because I haven't worked out in a minute. Um, I was on a consistent workout schedule when I was working at the office because, like I said,
Hmm.
well, at almost every day when I left work, I would go to the gym. Um, and I would like to go back to the gym. I definitely will get back in the routine and things at some point. But
Gotcha.
right now, what I can do is definitely just watch what I eat.
Okay. What makes a
Yeah,
good dancer in your opinion?
a good dancer,
Hmm.
man, confidence really. It's the confidence, and I'm not even gonna say that I feel like dancing. I love dancing so much, but I feel like I pause because I have to think about it.
Take your time.
Out of the four passions that I'm naming here,
Hmm.
dancing is the one I would love to do if I couldn't do anything else. But I feel like that's the one that I need the most work in, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I don't even have that confidence that I feel like it's not that I feel like I could have more, right? Because
Yeah.
when I'm in my head a lot when I dance,
Oh,
and I
really?
would like to like learn not to do that. It takes and that comes with practice, and since especially now because I said I'm rusty because I haven't
Hmm.
danced in like
Hmm.
a while, so
Yeah.
like I would have to when I do start, I would have to get back into the rhythm
Yeah.
of learning a dance because when you go to dance classes, you learn the dance in like 30 minutes or less, and then the rest of it is like just practicing over and over again.
Gotcha.
So I would definitely say confidence because you'll see somebody freaking there's girls in these classes and boys that are like 10
Yeah.
or like 8
Oh, yeah.
and they are
Tearing it up.
freaking killing it. They just have so much confidence and it's so
Hmm.
beautiful because they're so young and it's just like yes, keep it.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just the confidence and just knowing that you got it.
So you brought up an interesting thing. So growing up, I never knew that other people thought in their heads as well. I thought it was just me. So,
What?
like,
Or like just like
yeah, like being in your head. I thought it was just me. Like I was the only person in the world that could do this.
the only one that can have thoughts. No,
Oh my God. So like when you're on stage, like describe the thoughts that you're having, the things that you say to yourself, the things that you notice. Like describe that experience for us.
on stage like when I'm dancing.
Yeah. Because you said you're in your head a lot.
Specifically, yeah, specifically with well, I be in my head a lot. Okay, so it's different.
Okay.
It's because if I'm on stage, that means I'm in a performance, and that means I've been practicing for months.
Okay.
So that's where confidence comes in. I know I got it then,
Mm-hmm.
even though I probably, like I said, I get nervous right before. Even though
Yes.
I'm nervous, I know I got it, and at that point, it's like muscle memory. At that point, like I'm just even if
Mm.
I forgot,
Yeah.
my body's gonna
Mm.
do it because it's been doing it for like a month or so.
Gotcha.
Um, but it's more so when you're in a more intimate setting in those classes
Okay.
and you are learning so fast and you just want to get it right
Yeah.
that's when I get in my head. I'm like,
Mm.
dang, why can't I get this move? Or
Oh, okay,
um,
okay.
yeah, or like I'm thinking about one move so much that I forget the next
Next
move.
one.
and
Yeah.
and yeah, and sometimes you just gotta I'm trying in those situations. I just try to tell myself, okay, just go, just
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I just be in my head a lot, but it was getting better there when I was
Mm-hmm.
going regularly, and I could feel it getting better, and so
That's good. That's good. Okay. So anything else you want to tell us about dancing before we move on?
nah, man, I don't know. It's great.
All right.
Try it. Do you dance at all?
No, I wish.
You like to do
When I used to drink, I used to dance very well, I believe.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
that's about it. I used to try, but it was like, it's too much. Too much.
Just
I don't
go
like doing
with
a lot of thinking.
yeah, you just go with the even I don't even mean like, dancing to perform, but just
Oh, I mean, yeah, definitely. I have rhythm, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I get too hype, and then it's like, slow down. I was like,
It's
I
like,
can't.
all right, calm
The
down.
music has me now. It's over.
Calm down, calm down. I
All
feel
right.
it.
So finally, we're gonna talk about graphic design.
Bet. Yeah.
So, what do you know that you can do in graphic design? Well,
What do I know that I can do?
yeah.
Everything. No, but really, low key, everything.
Okay.
It's interesting. So graphic design specifically, because I said I've always been an artist,
Mm-hmm.
but specifically, I didn't get into that until senior year of high school because the program I was in,
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot of things. I feel like
Yeah.
the program I was in high school is called, it was like technical theater. So I was a part of a performing arts school. And instead of being on stage, I
Mm-hmm.
was actually behind the scenes a lot. So in my program, we learned how to sew, and we learned, sew the costumes, and we learned how to build the sets and do the sound,
Mm-hmm.
do the lighting and stuff. So my senior year, one of our classes in that program was called rendering.
Okay.
And basically that was where I first was introduced to Photoshop. And that from there I was like, wow, I really like this. And originally I actually wanted to go to school to either one,
Mm-hmm.
work on video games,
Okay.
or two, work in movies and do special effects and stuff.
Okay.
But I knew that financially that probably wasn't the best move because no school around me in the state had a program like that. So I was thinking about going to SCAD. I was thinking about going to SCAD in Atlanta,
Okay.
or and doing that, but I knew financially, probably wasn't the best move. It was an option. I probably would have did it if whatever. But then my mom, she ended up finding, right there in at the school in my city, they had a graphic design program. She was like, you can do this, you can do graphic design, and then, just go to SCAD or something for grad school, or something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's still art. I liked it, and I liked Photoshop, and I was like, okay, yeah, I could do that. So I got into the program at the college. We actually had to apply for the program our freshman year. So I took the application class, loved the class, applied, and got into the program. And over the 4 years, I just fell in love with graphic design specifically. So in my program, though, we learned everything. We learned, making t-shirts, making logos, making websites, making billboards, making things that don't even have to do with like things with our hands. I remember our senior project, we had to figure out, our prompt was that, we're in the future, and the government, the world has like a world government. It was so weird. It was like, we're in the future and there's a world government now. Like everybody in the world is under one government. And our task was to create a universal identification system.
Ooh, I like that.
So we're not just thinking about like, okay, how can this look? It's also, solving problems and thinking about like, okay, I love that project because it was so intricate. So basically a lot of the teams ended up coming, and it was weird because it sounds really like freaking crazy, but we ended up coming with like identification systems that are like embedded in your skin, or like where you can scan and it'll tell you instead of having a passport, or instead of having your driver's license, it's just right there.
I just thought about that the other day because I went to a Christian school, and they believed that the mark of the beast was going to be when people come, they have like a chip in you. And back then I was like, give me that, please. Like, I'll go to the store, put stuff in my cart, and just walk out. I'm like,
well, ours, my team, it wasn't in the skin. It was we made a ring. It was like a ring that
you could take it off.
You could take it off. You could take it off, but the ring had like biometrics in it, so it had the information, but it only had that information because it was using your biometrics. So it's kind of the same, but it wasn't embedded. It was like, that's a little
that's too deep.
but that was what the program was like. That's what the program was like, and I really loved it. I loved my graphic design program. So now transferring that to my career, my career isn't specifically graphic design. It's advertising. So I'm an art director, but graphic designers can branch out into a lot of different things, just from what we know. I know that a lot of people that I work with
Hmm.
and a lot of art directors aren't graphic designers, but they went to school for advertising. So I feel like that's kind of what sets me apart a lot of the times. Is my what I did in
So
college for
you're
sure.
better than them? Well, not better than them, but like
No,
you're more.
no, no, no.
You have something extra that they don't have.
It's different for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, they still know Photoshop and stuff like that. But it's
Okay.
definitely interesting to see. Yeah, and yeah, not better. I'm still learning. I'm over. This is where the imposter syndrome come in, because even though I had all that learning,
Mm-hmm.
all that learning, I'll be like, I'm a fraud. I don't know how to do this.
Oh man. So
But I
talking
love
about
it
that, like what skills do you see that you've been working on for yourself to try and get
for
better at?
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really, honestly, the biggest part of my job,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, is thinking. It's so hard to think. I know that sounds so weird, but it's so hard to think and be creative. It's so I've been trying to figure out. I've literally Googled how to be more creative.
Yeah. You sound like me.
because, man, because it's like
Yeah.
what hasn't been done, and then
Nothing. Everything has been done before.
right. But honestly, that's not true. But then it's like, okay, if it hasn't been done, how do I figure it out?
Yep.
But it's fun. It's weird because when I start a project, and it's not with every project, some projects I'm like, oh yeah, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
But some other projects, it's like at the beginning, you're like, wow, how am I going to be able to do this?
Yeah.
But then you get it done, and then at the end, you're like, wow, I can't believe I did
I
this.
did that. Yeah. Yep. That's like
So
me and streaming actually. Like I just one day I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. I just went. I had everything set up for like 2 months to stream. I'm like, I don't know. Like
I don't know.
I was like, you know what? Let's just go. And then it
Just
just took
go,
off.
man.
Yeah.
You gotta just go, and it's kind of like a segue. It's kind of like off topic, but I just
Go
thought of
ahead.
it. So like with that specifically, it's just like you have the begin. A lot of people remember the beginning,
Yeah.
and they remember how nervous or how excited and everything they were, and then they remember where they are
Yeah.
and how they feel. But a lot of people don't ever really pay attention to the in between, like when you're going,
Yeah. The journey. Yeah.
yeah. And that's one of the things I definitely want to make sure that I pay attention to as I'm streaming. It's like I really want to enjoy each step,
Yeah.
because you can have your goals
Mm-hmm.
and you can be focused on your goals, but some people are just so focused on the goals they really don't enjoy they just stress the whole time. They stress the whole time during the journey until they hit the goal, and they're like, yes, I hit the goal.
It's like when you know you're good at everything that you do, basically like you whatever you do, you're good at it for the most part. So when you're doing this is like I'm good at this. Like so for me, like I'm a good streamer per se, because all my friends say I'm great. I'm the only person they watch, etc., etc., etc. But like the metrics don't show that. Like the views don't show that, and like so it's like I'm already at the end feeling myself, but I'm still in the middle and at the end at the same
Still
time. So it's like
on the journey, yeah.
there's days
And
where
it's
I'm like
like
I don't know what to do.
you are good. It's just a matter of, and I've heard Sensei CJ say this before. I don't know if you know who Sensei
I do.
CJ is.
I think
Okay, he said it before. He's like, it's just a matter of being discovered,
so. Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of people finding you, and
that's the problem with Twitch in itself, is that it's hard to find people.
mm-hmm.
Because like you also
Yeah,
for everybody
takes a
that
while.
looks like me. If you look like me, I was gonna follow you probably immediately. Like,
Boop.
yep.
Oh, you black?
That's why
You said it's black people?
I found Sonny. So I followed Sonny, and then one night we were talking, and you guys were playing with him, and then boom, now we like. That's what I like
Yeah.
about Twitch, the web.
Yeah, and I think that's why Twitch drew me in, because you remember I said I was all on YouTube and I couldn't find any black people.
Yeah.
As soon as I came to Twitch, it was so easy. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on YouTube. I don't know why I couldn't, but it was so easy because I came to Twitch following I finally found somebody on YouTube who was black, and I loved her. Followed her here because she had a Twitch, and then she raided somebody. And as soon as you hit that first raid,
Oh yeah,
it's over, because you just get next raid after that.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody else black, the next raid after that.
So what I would do is I would go to the person that I followed and scroll down to the recommended that they have, and then just go from there, and just like a rabbit hole, just like I can't stop now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I started out just following like 6 people, and now I can look over here now. I have your stream up, but on the side it's just so many people in here and so many people are live, and majority of them are black and a majority of them are black women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's
It
great.
is great. I love it, man. So we're gonna go back. We can always come back here if you want to at the end. But we were talking about graphic design,
Mhm.
and the question I have next is, you have a project that you come up with yourself, and a project that someone gives to you. Which one do you think is gonna be easier for you to do? Your own
Okay.
project or someone else's project?
Oh, can you repeat it though? Because you kind of broke up a little bit, but I think I know
So
what
you
you
have
said.
your project and someone else's project or their idea. Which one do you
Okay.
think you do better?
Dang. You know how when you have an answer and you like, that's the answer, and then you think and you like, well, dang. I would say it's easier to do my project, but it's interesting. There's always like caveats
Yeah.
because I had actually had a situation where, you know, in advertising, you have an art director and a copywriter. You're on a team.
Yeah.
So I was on a team with somebody, and there were a bunch of teams working on one like brief to help to try to figure it out.
Gotcha.
So we ended up presenting. Okay, everybody presented. After we presented, the people who we presented to, they were like, okay, we're going to try to combine some of y'all.
Gotcha.
So me and my partner ended up getting combined with another team.
Okay.
And they wanted us basically to work on the other team's idea, but come at it 2 different ways. And when I tell you that was so difficult, it was so hard because I'm like, one, I don't really get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it the way they get it. This was their brainchild. So hard. And in that situation, I would say definitely working on my own ideas is easier. But sometimes, outside of that, sometimes it is easier to work on somebody else's idea because
you can see
if they explain
mistakes.
it to you, if they explain, this is what I want, this is how it is, this are some examples, you're like, okay, yeah, boom, 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 like
definitely,
because then inversely, sometimes even though it is your own idea, you're like, dang, I don't know what to do. Like I know the idea, I don't know what I want it to look like though, I don't know where I want it to go. So it takes a lot more, obviously, like brain power on your end when it's your idea.
So what about when they have an? I know I've been known to ask some interesting questions.
They're good.
What about when they have an idea and then it can't work that way? How do you break it down to them that it can't work?
When I have an idea?
When someone else has an idea with their project that they want to do.
I don't think I've ever said that because creativity is interesting. You can pretty much figure instead of saying that it can't, we just try to figure out
what can.
Yeah, what can, and just kind of meet in the middle almost, and try to figure out how to make it happen the best we can, type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone gives you an idea, but no direction, what do you do with that?
No direction?
Yeah.
I'm usually like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? No. Like what? Well, actually, hold on. Actually, and if I was on my stream, I would zoom in right now to my face. Actually, that happens all the time on like freelance work. Somebody will come up to me and be like, I need a logo. Okay, cool.
And then
let's
walk
have a
away.
Conversation. No. Okay, cool. Let's have a conversation about it. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so what's the name of your company? Tell me the name. And they'll tell me the name. And I'm might be exaggerating just a little bit.
Okay.
But that's it. That's all they tell me. I'm like, okay, so what? I tell people I try not to do that now. If you commission me for something, I'm gonna ask you so many questions because I have been in that situation where I have very little to go off of. And for the most of the time it doesn't go well. Because I could create something for sure, even if I have a little bit to go off of. But will it be something that you want?
That's the thing.
Probably not,
Mhm.
because my brain is different than your brain, right? Because I used to
Yeah.
have a friend. I used to do posters for her all the time,
Mhm.
for her university. Um, her university. She worked at Harvard, so I used to do
Okay.
posters for Harvard for a minute.
Mhm.
And a lot of the time, I had to talk to her. A lot of times, she would do that. She would give me something and give me very little
Yeah.
art direction, and like,
Mhm.
what are you guys looking for? So I would create something that I think is dope.
Yeah.
Like I like it, you
Yeah.
know.
This is
And
it.
then I would show it to them, and they would be like, "Well, no, that's not what we were thinking.
Ooh.
Why didn't you tell me what you was thinking? What do you mean?"
But that's the thing about people. They sometimes they don't know what they think. They don't know what they want until they see it.
I said, "Look, from now on, y'all gonna bring me examples. Y'all gonna find something that you like,
Oh man.
and bring me an example, because we're not doing this."
So does that make you feel away
What?
when they tell you that's not what they wanted, or they have?
I mean, it. I just try to sometimes, yes, especially if it's like, okay, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
It doesn't really make me feel away in that, like I'm a bad designer or anything. It doesn't make me feel like that. It's just like, well, we could have probably solved this a better way if, let me just ask you some questions. Like,
Yeah, true.
so yeah, it ain't really hurt
So
too much
sticking
unless
on
they're like,
that,
this is trash.
oh
And nobody's ever
man.
said it to me.
So speaking on that,
Nobody's ever.
we could talk about something else. Like, how do you take criticism in each of the things we talked about?
Interesting.
So yeah.
I would honestly say that I take criticism very well, like better than most people,
Okay.
because I consciously do. Like, if I'm getting criticism, I tell myself, this is criticism, just take it or whatever. So, but as an artist, you were sensitive. What is it? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Who said that? Erykah Badu.
Maybe.
So it still hurts, but especially in graphic design and in being an art director and advertising, you get it all the time. So at some point you're just kind of used to it, but it always still hurts a little bit. When you create something, you put time in it, you put thought in it, and you might feel like it's good, and somebody says
no.
But I feel like I definitely take it well across the board. I'm trying to think in which situation it might hurt more. Probably in dance it might hurt more. Then I'm really gonna be in my head, because I'm like, why can't I get it? Why can't I get it right? Why can't I get it right, Lord? But and then I feel like I definitely welcome it in terms of graphic design, though, like from my higher ups, because I do want to learn and get better, and like I said, figure out how to be more creative and progress in my career and do good in my job, like
I mean, the basic stuff.
Yeah.
How do you handle deadlines?
Oh
no.
Why you hit me with
I
these?
keep coming for you. I'm sorry.
I mean, what's funny? I would say that I actually kind of do bad with them. However, 95% of the time I hit them. It's just I definitely need a deadline. Let's talk about that. I need a deadline.
Okay.
Because if you don't give me a deadline, I will drag that thing out. I need a deadline for sure. And there's times where I do worse, and sometimes I do really, really well. But I do have a battle with the spirit of laziness all the time. That's my demon right there, the spirit of laziness. I will procrastinate until the last. But I do good sometimes and bad sometimes, for sure. But I for the most part, I hit my deadline.
Is that the same with like Twitch goals, like reaching this much people or this much views? Are those deadlines that you put for yourself there too to help you stay motivated? Okay.
Sometimes. I had a deadline earlier that I was gonna hit 1,000 followers in January. Didn't hit it.
Yeah.
Didn't hit it. But I was still happy
hmm
because we were close.
Yes.
Close. So sometimes I do set deadlines for my goals or what I would like to see
hmm
at a certain point. And it helps because I just feel like that goes along with like manifestation and stuff.
Yeah. So one of my followers is finally here. He was so excited to be here. He missed most of it, but
Favorite
yes,
Pokemon.
favorite color, favorite Pokemon, how many 3-pointers can you hit in a row? So, can you answer those?
3-pointers can she hit in a row?
0.
1. 1, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
After the first one, that's it. Call it today.
My favorite color is red.
Mm.
And favorite Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. I was not a big Pokemon fan.
Do you know any?
So automatically my favorite Pokemon is probably gonna be Pikachu. Right? It's probably gonna be Pikachu. But what's the little one? The little furry one with the tail.
So don't come at me either. I don't know anything about Pokemon as well.
Y'all know what I'm saying? Not
okay.
Pikachu. You don't like Pikachu? Listen. I'm trying to think of the name because my
Describe
friend
it.
has
Describe
a doll of it.
Describe it.
It's a little doll. It looks like a squirrel. I don't know.
Heathens.
Come on, y'all. Name off some Pokemon.
Squirrel?
No. Yeah, it's like a. Gosh, why can't I think of the name of this? It's so cute.
They're all cute.
No, they're not. And then whichever one, the other one that I like, just because it's funny, the one that screams, a Vulpix.
Is it a newer one?
No, it goes like it goes. Because it sounds. I like it because it sounds like a Vulpix.
What color is it?
Hold on. It looks like a plant. It's a plant.
Okay.
Screaming.
A squirrel plant.
No. This is a different one. Victreebel. Because Victreebel's scream is hilarious. But that's not the one I was talking about before. Pokemon. Oh.
You just Google Pokemon and that's it?
Huh?
You just Google Pokemon?
No, I Googled screaming Pokemon and it pulled up.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm Googling the other Pokemon.
Take your time.
I can't believe, so y'all just not gonna name them off? Somebody said
there's
700 plus Pokemon.
Okay, let's start from the A's and let's keep going down.
No, it's one of the famous ones. You ain't even gotta get into the ones that's like, it's one of the ones people always.
The famous one.
Eevee.
That's
Eevee,
a
the
fox.
little cute little.
Not a
Okay,
squirrel.
a fox.
It's more like a fox. Oh, okay.
A fox. She's so cute. So Pikachu, Eevee, and Victreebel.
Okay. That was it.
Work our way down. You ain't even gotta name the more extravagant ones. You talking about 700. Name the basic ones.
You know, Eevee can turn into like 7 different ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, you know enough. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I know as much as you probably.
100 points for Gryffindor.
Are you into Harry Potter by chance?
Wait, let me rephrase. I mean, I do love Harry Potter. However, if you ask me a question, I'm probably not gonna know. So, because I like watching. Okay, so I didn't read the books.
Okay.
But I really love the movies.
That's fair.
But if you ask me a question, I'm probably not.
Have you ever thought about doing comedy?
No. I mean, actually, yes. Briefly. But it wasn't like a joke. It was like, you know, sometimes you want to like test yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember the summer I was doing my internship. I was interning with other people and we was living together. It was like a program that the internship was a program.
Yeah.
And one of the other girls, two of the other girls, they were like, we should try to like do stand-up one day. Like we should do like some amateur stand-up night.
Okay, cool.
And I was down. I was gonna be scared as hell. But I was down. I was like, yeah, let's do it. We never did it though.
I asked because the way you speak is like almost like punchlines all the time.
Punchline.
Yeah, you speak in
Interesting.
punchline.
Man, I don't think I would be able to. It's happening now.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get on that stage, ain't no punchlines gonna
Well,
happen at
just
all.
do
It's
what
just
you're
gonna.
doing now. Like you say like if I want to tell you one thing and then you pause, so like what's the thing? You just say it really fast and it's like oh man. And you do it all the
I'll,
time.
I'll still think about it. It's definitely intriguing to me. I might pop out and do a little something one day.
Do you have any art anywhere we can look to see like the things you've
Dang,
done?
son. Yeah, actually, and it hasn't been updated in a while, but it's still a lot of good things on there. My Instagram for my freelance graphic design business that I started. When did I start this? When I moved. When I got out of college and I moved, I started this business. It's called The Flyer Girl. The Flyer Girl _ on Instagram. And it's a lot of just like my design work. Mostly posters, because that's what a lot of people want. Some of them logos, but you can definitely get a sense of my skill from just looking at that. So,
Nice.
if you guys want to check anything out, if she was an anime suspense, music would play at all times. She speaks in suspense.
Yeah, that's how you speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna start telling people that. Yeah, that's how The Flyer Girl _ on Instagram. Yep.
Nice.
I haven't updated in a minute because guess what? Every time, so I noticed that every time I would post something, I would get more jobs.
That's
and I'm
good.
busy and I don't need more jobs, so I don't post nothing. But it's on there though.
So that would be like your second side gig then, is doing like graphic design for people.
Yeah, and people, it's interesting because people still hit me up even though I don't post nothing no more. But it's people that been knowing that I do graphic design. So, because I was doing freelance all throughout college. So,
interesting.
And that's kind of where the name for that page came from.
Yeah,
because people in college knew me.
Yeah.
Like if you needed a flyer, I was your girl. So The Flyer Girl. Yeah. The Flyer Girl.
So you did your own emotes and everything like that for yourself?
I did not.
Wow.
That's one thing, because I thought about it, but I was like, do I really? Because sometimes, even though you have a craft and you're good at it, sometimes you don't want to. But also, I wouldn't consider myself a good illustrator. I'm okay, and I just haven't developed that over the years. Like I haven't practiced that a lot. A lot of what I do is computer based, and I can't really draw that well. I do okay because I'm an artist anyway, but I do okay. So I definitely did contract those out. And have somebody else do those.
Gotcha.
Yeah, shout out to her. It's been a while. What are these called?
Oh my goodness. Hoodies?
No.
Overalls?
The straps
Coveralls?
that men have.
Oh, suspenders.
Suspenders. That's her name. Suspenders. She has a Twitch but I contacted her on Twitter.
Okay.
She's dope.
So with all the things that we talked about before, what are some companies that you want to work for in each category?
Ooh. If we get there, I actually love my company that I work for right now. So I'm not even gonna say 22 squared. If you want to look us up, 22 squared. It's a 22, and then you spell out the word squared.
Okay.
Great company. Love them so much, inside and out. Great clients to work on. I'm currently working on a movie.
Ooh.
So it's kind of weird because remember I said I always wanted to work on movies, but it's definitely in a different aspect. So I'm working on a promotional. Yeah, promotional things for a movie.
Okay.
It's supposed to come out next month actually. I don't know if I can say the name of it, so we just.
Is it a big movie or a small movie?
Yeah, it's big.
Okay, it's big. Okay. Is your name gonna be in the credits?
Actually, I'm gonna say it because I already said it on my channel. Coming to America. No, my name's not gonna be on the credits.
Oh. You just did it again. You just did it again.
I know. What?
Oh man.
I know. No. It's not like that. I'm not in the movie. We're doing because I'm working at an advertising agency, so we're working with because it's on Amazon now. Working with Amazon to create things for said movie. Go see it. Amazon Prime, March 5th.
Okay. Hey.
But love my company. So graphic design wise, that's where I would.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where else I'm gonna go. Anyway, dance wise, I would love to get so good that I could go on tour with someone. And of course, top person I would want to go on tour with is Beyonce. No, Rihanna too. Any of them, anybody. Beyonce, Chris Brown, that would be amazing. Some of my friends, if they ever go on tour, I would love to do it with them if they need some dancers. So that'd be great. But I guess the answer for dance would be Beyonce.
Okay.
What else I do? Modeling.
Yes.
I talked about that earlier. It would be dope to do some shoots for Nike or big names. Anybody big name, it would be dope.
Yeah.
You pop up and be in a freaking Gucci ad or something. Like that'd be lit.
I know that person.
Or even Fenty. I would love to. Rihanna, if you listen. No.
Rihanna is not here. Oh.
I know. Okay.
Imagine Rihanna on her computer just watching me on Twitch, like under some random username.
You never know, man. No.
Oh my goodness.
Don't Rihanna just make makeup now, though? Don't do Rihanna.
She's
she makes makeup and clothes. Underwear.
She makes the most money of like most female.
She does.
Celebrities.
Because she's smart.
Yes, she's smart.
Okay, she got the bag. And then what's the last one? What else I do?
You do.
Oh, gaming.
Yeah, gaming.
Who I like to work. It's interesting. We also talked about my goals, and I could have said this. So I want to, like I said, continue to grow and stuff. I want to be able to. One of the things I would love to do is to be able to bring TwitchCon to Atlanta.
Okay.
Would love to do that. Don't know how it's gonna happen, but we're just gonna throw it out there in the universe and see what happens. And then we're gonna get there. But I would love to figure out how to mix my modeling or my dance, but I'm thinking modeling with gaming in some way, So like if
we lost her again.
Okay, see, this is
suspense, girl.
That wasn't even part of the suspense. Like my Discord keeps like just closing and then like
we're gonna keep opening it up again.
If I could,
they can't keep us down.
They can't. If I could, work for, or like partner with some company and they use me, like a gaming company use me to also like model something for them. I don't know. I feel like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future.
That's good.
How creative I can be.
What is your biggest failure or fault that you know of?
Failure or fault? I'm lazy. The spirit of laziness. I told you. But it's funny because I'd be like, I'm lazy, and then other people like, Kendra, you're literally not lazy. Like you do so much.
Exactly. I was just gonna say the same thing.
But I do. It's weird. It's there, but it's not. So, I feel like that's definitely one of my faults, though. And then also my forgetfulness, which I think also has to do with like I'm just doing so much all the time. But I definitely think my forgetfulness it has always been there, and it's definitely a fault, for sure. Sure.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
It's so hard. It's so hard to say goodbye.
We game banned tonight.
I don't know, man. 5 years. I'll be basically. We can go ahead and say I'm 25 already.
Yeah.
My birthday is in like 2 weeks. I'll be 30.
You ain't gotta say it like that, man. Some of us are actually over 30.
I know, but it's so weird. I'm over here like 25. Anyway, it's sing it. I don't know. I really don't know. I would hope that I have more money.
Always.
More money and more followers. A lot more followers. I'd love to be partnered already, and hopefully making negotiations with Twitch to get this TwitchCon Atlanta popping, and just I don't know, a better person all around. Still healthy, hopefully, definitely. Actually, we're not gonna say hopefully. Still healthy, still dancing, still hopefully progress in my modeling career. You always wanna just progress and move up to the next level. So definitely want to be up a couple levels by then.
A year and a half left to go.
A year and a half left to what now?
The partner. I could feel it.
I could agree. That's not a reach at all. No. I feel like.
Because you're putting about like 40 viewers now, right?
No.
Sometimes
it's interesting. It's so interesting to watch that. Because I remember when, it was just like 5, 6, 10.
Yeah.
And I have seen it slowly over the months. Like, so I think I'm doing at least 20, 25 now, almost 30 a stream. Not 40 yet. We getting there. Sometimes it be up there at 40. But it's not I see you. It's not like consistent. Yeah. I don't think. Maybe I just don't pay attention.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Don't get sucked into that.
If you get TwitchCon Atlanta popping, I'm on
my way.
Come through. I think it's a great idea.
I mean, yeah.
Some people, they want to go, but they can't make that trip to the West Coast.
But then the people from the West Coast that come to the East Coast, I think you should have like Twitch.
No.
Hubs.
You would have both.
Oh, both.
Yeah, like you would still have the regular TwitchCon. But then you also have it. Oh, did I do it again?
Yes. Okay, I could feel that though. That's good.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, I think it'd be lit. Do it like E3 and split the regions. Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple more.
I mean,
probably
they already
like New
have.
York.
Well, dang, I wouldn't do it on all of the regions though.
At least like Cali, New York, Atlanta, and then whatever's up in the West, Ohio.
Right, whatever.
TwitchCon Ohio or something.
Ohio, wow. Chicago, maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Chicago.
But
that sounds good.
We'll see.
There's one thing we didn't talk about, and that's family. So how important is family to you? And tell us about your family experiences growing up, if you can. You don't have to.
Yeah. Family is very important to me. I feel like they're the reason I do everything or like have the goals that I have. Specifically my mom, my mommy. Love my mommy. But yeah, I grew up single parent household with my mom. We ended up moving in with my grandmother when I was 11.
Okay.
And I have a brother, but he's like 12 years older than me. So by the time, I wasn't little anymore, he was out and about.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I just grew up with my mom and my grandmother. My grandmother passed away. It's about to be 3 years now, which feels crazy. That was a time, but over time that gets better. But those are who raised me. My dad was actually in prison for a while. He's out now, which is great. So I'm able to like spend more time with my dad and talk to my dad.
Good.
But he was in prison from when I was 7 years old to when I was 21.
Oh wow.
Or 20, 20, because he was there for my 21st birthday. But we were able to keep in touch for them, as much as we could.
Yeah.
Over the years. But yeah, so mostly raised with by my mom and my granny, and love them dearly. And everything that I seen my mom go through is kind of what pushes me now. And I've learned a lot just from watching her and my grandmother. So that's, I don't know.
So this is gonna be weird. When are you gonna think of starting your own family?
Yeah, that's weird. No, I don't know, man. It's I'll be thinking like I'm about to be 25. In my head, when I was younger, I was like, by the time I'm 25, I'm probably gonna have. But that's like next month, and I still don't have.
Yeah.
So it's like, but in my mind, I don't feel like I'm late. I just feel like I'm still a child.
I feel like as the years go by, the ages sort of like go away, where like people are like 30 are still behaving like they're in their 20s because like that's how everything just shifts right now. So like
Mm-hmm.
there's no like
Yeah.
late to the party when it comes to like starting a family, even though you should
Mm-hmm.
probably start it from earlier, so it'd be better biologically. But like socially, it's not really anything like get married by
Yeah. So
20.
it's just like,
Yeah, whatever.
so I mean, I would like to answer the question, but then you never know. Like, I could meet
Exactly.
somebody this year
Tomorrow, you
and
could walk
we
with
get
your
married,
shuffle
and
with your stuff, just bump into
next
him.
year I'm gonna have, next year I'll be pregnant. Like,
Yeah. He's not outside looking. He's not
wait,
outside.
wait,
Oh.
I take it back. But if it comes along though,
Mhm.
I feel like I would accept it and be open arms. But I can't really put a day.
Okay.
Can't put a date on it. And I still feel 21. That's amazing. You should. I can get back up without help
Oh
at
my
least.
goodness.
Yes. I
Yeah.
still think I forget. I'm stuck. I'm stuck at 22. I think
Mhm.
I sometimes I look up and I think I'm 22 and I'm like, no, I'm not. I think I'm gonna be stuck
Yeah.
at 22 for a while.
Mhm. So we're gonna segue into Black history. So give us your Black experience, like what you've been through, positive, negative. What's your Black experience?
That one's I might have to marinate.
Hey.
That's a lot. It's interesting because I've always said I've never experienced overt racism to my face, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And if I have, I must have suppressed it because I don't remember. I've never experienced that myself, but I know and believe that it's definitely prevalent. My family's experienced it. They told me story, like, recently,
Yeah.
So of course, I'm all about the movements. I'm all about the change. I personally feel like change is happening. I know there are some people out here who's like, this is nothing's happening. We still in the same spot, but I do wholeheartedly believe the change is happening. And it has been happening, even though it's been slow.
Yeah.
We're taking steps towards better, but humans are terrible in general.
Definitely.
And it's gonna take a lot for the world to be better in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like my Black experience, even though it's been a roller coaster like everybody else who's Black, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I love being Black, and I love Black people, and I love people that love Black people, and I just and I just want to stand up for people who don't feel like that, like, who are Black and don't feel happy about it, or so I don't know if they answer the question, but
that's perfect. You don't have to have any like correct answers.
Yeah,
this is all off the dome.
Yeah.
So I guess you don't experience this whole women have it easier on Twitch thing.
I don't experience.
Yeah. Have you
I
heard
honestly think I do.
You do?
And I be thinking about it sometimes, but like, dang, I do. I think I do experience it. And when I see my brothers out here trying to stream and get noticed, and they're doing their thing, and it's just hard. It is harder for men. I'm not even gonna lie, it is. But yeah, I don't even know what to say about that.
I mean, I could ask you questions to kind of.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I don't have any questions prepared. This is all improv right now. So yeah, you don't
You're going off the cuff.
For a while now, like we ran through everything a while ago. So
okay,
like you don't, when you're going to stream, you don't think maybe if I wear this, or should I wear that? Or like I can't wear this or I can't wear that.
Oh,
You know, like
yes. A lot of times, yeah, I'm a pretty chill streamer. Like I dress down for stream a lot of the times.
okay.
And even though, because I do want to bring that aspect to my stream sometimes, being a model and actually dress up.
Yeah.
I have done it. I did it once this year, but sometimes, and I'm gonna do it regardless because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I do think about like looking cute or something that day, it crosses my mind like there's probably gonna be somebody in the chat saying something wild. So I just like mentally prepare myself for it. So it's just something. It doesn't really hinder me in terms of like what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's just, but it is something I think about and something that's on my mind.
So has it happened before where someone gets out of pocket in chat based on your looks?
Not too crazy. Like I haven't had like too crazy, but yeah, they try it.
Is it
and that's where good mods come in.
Okay.
Good mods come in handy. So
yeah.
I'm blessed to have some mods that are good and that are there majority of the time, like 98% of the time,
good.
and they be like,
it's gone. Yeah.
So yeah.
Sometimes I browse Twitch and I see like people they actively playing towards that feminine side, and it's like I don't want to speak on it because I can't. It's not my place, but I prefer to watch a more wholesome streamer that's not covered up, but like they're not worried about that aspect. They're worried about actually engaging or playing the game. And when I see that obviousness, it's like I'm just gonna skip on to the next one.
Yeah, I feel that. Definitely to each his own, and for those women, if that's what they want to do, I have no beef. More power to them.
Yeah.
They have an audience obviously that wants to see that. Or that wants to engage, and if that's if that's their thing, that's their thing. But yeah, I definitely I try to, I don't know, it's not even that I even think about it a lot now, especially because since my thing is like I just come in here with some sweats on and I just do that. I just come in here with some sweats on as a t-shirt, and if I want to look cute, I want to look cute. But yeah.
It's good that you don't let it hold you back.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't.
Sure.
I'm still salty we can't say the S word. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that word.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's strange.
I mean, I saw a metric of the use of that word on Twitch, and after they put the ban, it went skyrocket to the roof because people don't care.
If you put a rule, people gonna break it.
Because there was a deadline to the rule, so it's like, okay, let's just hammer it out now.
Right, let's go. Go!
That's
Get it out! Get it out your system.
But do you feel like you have any of those type of people following you?
Is that really like I don't know. It's interesting because I don't think. I'm trying to think. Before I say this, I feel like I never even saw that word until I came on Twitch.
Oh, definitely.
So I was like, "What the freak is that?" So then somebody explained it to me. And I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't. If that's what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I might. I don't know. I don't think I do. Cause what are those people just like give you money all the time or something? I don't think I do.
I don't know.
Are they just nice?
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah.
They might be there. Hi. I don't know.
Keep it up.
How you doing? I don't know. So I have had some people joke and say it in the chat and be like,
"Oh, they're not for you."
Yeah, they be like, we trying to woo woo woo.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but okay.
You don't even know what the word means? Go
woo
Google
woo?
It. Google might have something.
Woo woo?
Oh, woo woo woo?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't never. You ain't never heard nobody be like, what I'm saying, and woo woo woo.
I know.
Like if they telling a story and they don't want to say they don't want to. They ain't trying to explain the full thing. They just fill in the blank with
like
woo,
blah blah blah
woo,
blah
and
blah.
then continue the story. Yeah,
oh
blah blah
my
blah.
Goodness.
Right, you don't know what.
Of course I don't. I speak with words. Like
I
that's one.
mean, but you ain't never like filled in the blank.
Nah, that's one of my pet peeves with like arguing with people. Like, well, we went to the store and da 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 da. I'm like, wait. Explain what da 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 is so I can have more
No,
context.
it's just like do regular stuff that you
Mm,
did at the
mm,
store. If you going
uh,
to the store, what you think I'm doing?
nah.
What you
Mm-mm.
think?
I need all the
If it's, I
context.
usually if no. Sometimes if something isn't that pertinent to the story, it's just like okay, I went to the store, and
And woo woo
woo
woo woo
woo.
woo.
The woo 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 part don't matter. Don't pay attention to. It don't matter for the story. You ain't gotta know why I was at the store. Just know I was at the store.
Oh my gosh. Mm-mm.
That
So,
sounds not the sound of the. Yeah.
do you have any
He
questions for
not
me?
American, forgive him. Any questions for you?
Yeah. Switch
All
it
the
up.
questions you asked me. No, I'm just kidding. We
Jeez.
would be here for another 2 hours.
Hey, I ain't got nowhere to be. You streaming tonight, don't you?
No, I'm not. I'll just be stream hopping tonight.
What's your
And
schedule so people will know?
oh yeah, my schedule is supposed to be um Monday, Tuesday at 9.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Excuse me. Friday, Saturday at 8.
Okay.
And then Sunday at 5. I know it's all over the place, but
You could have started from
but
Friday, because
are
that's
you
more
want me to
days
start
in a
from?
row.
That's 5 days a week. I'm off Wednesday and Thursday.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah.
But like I said, sometimes, especially when I have a lot to do at work that day, I usually I'll call off the stream. But yeah, I try to stay on schedule for the most part. I feel like I do at least, the if I do have a week where I'm just not feeling it, I will do at least like 3 days. Usually. So you wrong, cause woo woo woo. Why you still?
You started him up. That's it. He's the type of
He
person
said I'm about to start saying
he
woo
would
woo
kill a
woo.
joke until it's not usable anymore.
Nah, because woo woo woo.
That's like that Kevin Hart joke where he was talking to the thug. Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. That's exactly what that song's like.
Yeah. It is. Questions though for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's streaming going for you? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel? What are your goals?
I feel like, as I said, I feel like I have end game mentality, so I'm trying to just like once again go back to just having fun and just chilling, and then let everything happen by itself. But it's hard, man, because I want to be able to have engaging chat like all the time, which is I know it's not optimal to think like that, but I want to be able to talk to people when I'm doing stuff. So now I'm just like talking to myself, and that's all I have to do. So my goal is to have a chat that engages for the whole stream from
I
beginning to end.
actually want that too. Yeah. Which I do okay, but there are some breaks in between sometimes there where I wish chat was moving, but yeah, I feel like you just create the environment that you want to happen, and it'll definitely grow. So yeah, like you're doing, just talk to yourself.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Talk to yourself, and then somebody's gonna talk to you. Somebody gonna respond at some point.
You're just talking to the ether.
Yeah, but I like that. So when did you start doing the podcast?
I've been doing podcasts since last year, but it's been a Sunday podcast where we just talk about anything.
Oh, okay.
But these are actually interviews with people that stream or do music or do art. Like there's people I want to talk to and get them talking and get people,
I looked at a little bit of a couple of your last ones. They were like in your highlights. And I was looking at it. I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, highlights are good actually. I didn't even know they would work, but they are actually good. Those are highlights I took to make videos with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like it. I'm glad you invited me.
Definitely.
Really enjoyed it. Hope maybe I can come back later in the future, to check back up on things. But
I mean, the plan is to actually have a multi-streamer podcast. Like if you watch Data Dave, like he does one on Sunday, where it's him, Technique, the guy with names starts with the O. It's like 4 or 5 of them, and they talk about gaming and what's coming up in gaming. Like I want to do that, but just more randomish a little bit. So I might invite you on to do that if you can spare some time.
I mean, yeah, just let me know and I'll let you know, what my I was about to say work lingo. I was about to say, I'll let you know what my bandwidth is.
I think I got you.
But yeah.
She said he
See,
wants you in the
cool, please.
podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get her on the potty. On
Yeah.
the potty.
Yeah,
On the
podcast.
toilet.
No.
On the
Potty,
potty.
not party.
Potty.
But yeah, that's my goal, is to have a engaging chat and to have a bigger podcast like seating.
Feel it.
Yeah.
That's good. I'll be rooting. I'm rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Oh man. That's your girl, right?
Yeah, shout out to Tyra.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Tyra Banks.
I used to watch that show
I've actually
a lot.
learned a lot from her. That's where I learned a lot. My mom, because I said my mom taught me some things.
Yeah.
But even my mom, she'll look at my pictures and be like, how are you doing it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I watched America's Next Top Model a lot. Like,
so growing up, I used to watch America's Next Top Model, Project Runway, and stuff like that. 'Cause I like fashion for some reason. But where I'm from, it's not really good for a guy to like this kind of thing. So I was just like, I watch it in my spare time and never talk about it. But I just love the idea of it, like designing your own clothing or modeling. I just like to.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
For real. I do.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much of me.
You're an amazing streamer. I said it first.
He did say it. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're pretty dope too. You keep growing.
I tried.
You did. I mean, I like your vibe. I like your personality, and so
cool. So I'll catch you on your stream. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Right. Off Wednesday, Thursday. Boom.
Yeah.
Woo woo woo.
Woo woo woo.
All
right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I'll message you later.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.